Ka mai tēnā tātou. Now, I'm not 100% sure if the mics are on. Are we good? We're good. Ka pai nei rā te mihi atu kia koutou e aku tī, aku tā, e aku rangatira nei rā te mihi mai o ha mutunga kore kia koutou ko whakarauika nei raro I te maru o tēnei o tātou nei whare I tēnei pō ko te tūmanako kia whakanui a koutou, kia aki a koutou, ngā koutou anō ko eke ki tērā tū o ngā taumata. E tika a me mihi ngā mihi tuatai ki te runga rawa māne e tiaki e manaki tia mai tātou katoa I roto I te kaiwhakaorehu kreiti te tama me te wairua tapu. Ki te whare tūnei I te papa e takoto ana ki waho anō hoki kia ranginui kia papa tuanuku e hanga I te whare mo tātou te ira tangata tēnā koutou. Huri tū kia rātou ko whetūrangitia. Ka hoki ngā mahara kia rātou te whānau whānui o Massey University, pērā kia whae masina mā, ha rātou ko haere ki tērā taha o te ārai, ko hoki ora kia waikinui Hawaii ki rua, Hawaii ki pā mau e tika me mihi atu kia rātou. Anō hoki kia tātou, ko whakarauika nei I tēnei pō nau mai, hara mai, whakatau mai ki tēnei tōpō whakanui. Nei rā te mihi atu kia koutou, and it is a privilege, pleasure and honour to have you this evening. From all of us here at Massey University, welcome to a night to celebrate you. Without further ado, I'm going to hand it over to our Master of Ceremony to keep the energy pumping, to keep us going and making sure we are celebrating and enjoying the night. Nō reire e tātou Mark, and a big round of applause for our Master of Ceremonies.
Kia ora, Ezekiel. That's a really hard act to follow. But tēnā koutou katoa. And bula vanaka, ni hao, namaste, buenas noches. Have I forgotten anyone? Yes, I have. G'day. My name is Andrew Barney. I am your MC for tonight, and it is truly a pleasure to be here with you all. The thing that strikes me about these events is how when things change, how much they also stay the same. Here we are in the middle of the worst global pandemic that has struck this world for 100 years. We are videoing this presentation across the world so people can watch because they cannot get here. And yet, some things remain the same. Every year, the students get younger. And so do their parents. Every year, if you offer alcohol or the promise of nibbles, the staff will come. And every year, hard work, diligence, dedication get you an award. And it's a real privilege to be here with some of the brightest minds in the College of Business at Massey University. So welcome everybody to the Massey Business School Academic Excellence Awards for 2019, and what a privilege to be here. A few introductory comments. Now we have an online media link for this. The whole session is being recorded, so watch what you say. It will be available for download and viewing after the event. Also, if you need to use the bathrooms, they are back up in the foyer area where we were before. If there is an alarm of any kind, we will exit either through the top doors or if we have to through the emergency exits, but we will congregate out the back. Now, a few other basic bits and pieces. I love this auditorium, but it has one fatal flaw, which is that if you stand up to receive an award, your chair is going to go bang. They put springs in these chairs that are far too strong. So be careful when you stand up. If you can just do that quietly, that would be helpful. Right, now we're going to call out recipients row by row to receive your awards. If you can please come down the front of the room to my left, your right, for those of you who are slightly confused, on my left, and wait to be called forward to receive your awards. That would be very helpful. Our photographer is standing ready to take your photographs, and if you can look directly at this very intelligent and handsome man, that would help us a lot with our photographs. If you can wait for your group to finish receiving their awards before moving back to your seats, that will be helpful. All of the photographs taken tonight will be available to all of you if you wish to have them. We do expect to publish some of these photographs on our social media sites and websites, so we will be using those with your permission. This is the final campus ceremony. We had another ceremony earlier in Palmerston North that went off very well, so we hope tonight will as well. Not every award recipient was able to attend tonight, but all of our awards and recipients will be listed on the Business School website. Right, so to begin, I'd like to invite Professor Stephen Kelly, the Pro-Vice Chancellor of the Massey School of Business and my wonderful boss. I have to say that. But he is actually, he's quite a tremendous man, to open the proceedings for us. Stephen, if you would.
I've just been told not to stand on the mat, it might blow up. I don't know. When you stand on the mat, the camera changes, which is really problematic. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming tonight. We really do appreciate you taking the time to join with the recipients of our prizes, which is that very large group over here. In the last couple of years, we've had 2 ceremonies in Albany, but tonight we decided to make a bigger event and get everybody together. And I'm really pleased we did. I like the feel of the room with this many people here. It really shows the importance of what we've achieved. One of the things Andrew missed, and there's only one thing, because he always does a great job, we also had an award in Wellington. So Wellington campus, Palmerston North campus, and here as well. They've all gone fantastically. This is the biggest one by quite a bit, and the facilities here are absolutely terrific. I want to start by congratulating the recipients. The fact that you've got here says everything about you and everything about the people who support you. So congratulations, we'll be seeing a lot more of you in future years, I'm sure. Obviously they're supporters, thank you very much for coming. It's very important that you're here, and I do hope you enjoy the evening. But I'd also like to thank the people who organised the event from the Massey Business School. They've done a huge amount of work here and Palmerston North and Albany. And something I noticed, which I didn't tell anyone I was going to do, Jane, can you stand up here for a moment? Jane has organised all 3 events, 2 of them remotely, and she has worked incredibly hard with many, many other people. But I have to do this. Jane, thank you. I also want to thank our business partners who are here tonight. Really appreciate your investment in our students. They are important to your future and our future as well. We have a very large number of businesses throughout the country that support our students on an ongoing basis, and their involvement, whether it's through internships or providing scholarships or providing funding for a whole range of other areas, or just employing our graduates when they finish, is incredibly important. We all know it's been a tough year. Andrew alluded to that. We're very fortunate in New Zealand that we can gather and that we can pretty much get on our lives as we would have at any other time in the past. We can't leave the country, which for some of us is quite a strange experience. I don't think I've spent this much time at home in the last 20 years. And it's quite enjoyable at the same time. But we have to remember that we have a huge number of international students, and some Kiwis, I believe, who are currently offshore and can't get back into the country. So we have several hundred students who are currently studying with us offshore and will continue to study with us offshore this semester and maybe even in semester 1 next year, depending on what happens. Those students have done remarkably well, and I'm very proud of our staff for the extra effort they've gone to support them. In semester 1 this year, quite early on, we said to everybody in the college, guess what, on Friday, this is about Wednesday, all teaching will be online. And we told our students that too. And the staff in the College of Business went, okay, we've got this. And they changed everything they were doing and moved everything online. About 3 days later, we said, all right, guess what, you're all going home. And they then took everything home and they worked from home. Now, this was a major change for our staff and a major change for many of our students who came here to study face-to-face. And when you look at the results in semester 1, our students did as well or even better than they had in previous years. And we've held on to a large number of the international offshore students who were particularly at risk for a whole range of reasons, that they may not continue with their studies. There is only one reason why that happened, and that's because the staff in the school, the teaching staff and the professional staff, worked so incredibly hard to make everything work, to follow up with their students and to continue to push it through the whole way. So I'd like to thank all of the academics here and all the professional staff here who worked so incredibly hard in semester 1. and have continued that in semester 2 because we've asked them to change their teaching patterns again, to look at their assessment around major assignments, and to redo the type of stuff we've done for 10 years in a very different way. So if I can just take a minute and get the students in particular and their supporters to thank all of our academic and professional staff for what they've done over the last half year. Now I've got to talk about the school that you're getting your award from. One of the things we don't do particularly well at Massey is tell people how good we are, and we should. Massey Business School is one of the top 2% of business schools in the world. Now let that soak in for a minute. One of the top 2% business schools in the world. Economics and business and management are ranked in the top 250 business and management programs globally. In accounting and finance, we're in the top 200. In communication, we're in the top 150. That's quite a remarkable outcome and something we'd be very proud of. Under some rankings, and we of course pick the rankings that matter to us, under some rankings we are number 1 in New Zealand for communication, business administration and finance. And that particular ranking is one of the oldest and most respected around the world. So that other university, which is kind of towards the city, which I think is kind of that way, you know, they're not as good as us in a whole range of areas. And we're very, very proud of that. So you can say that to people when you go for a job or when you're out there in the market. The Academic Excellence Awards that you're attending tonight are the 2020 awards for results achieved up to and including 2019. So that's what we're here to enjoy tonight. The awards are also coming from all of our different schools. So the Massey Business School, or the college, has a number of constituent schools within it. And that includes the School of Aviation, and I did talk to one gentleman tonight from the School of Aviation, a particularly tough school to be graduating from at the moment. It will come back, and as we keep saying to our aviation students, just wait a few years, it'll be okay, fingers crossed. The School of Communication, Journalism and Marketing, the School of Accountancy, the School of Management, the School of Economics and Finance, and Massey Executive Development. So there's a number of constituent parts. Many of the students from each of those areas will be here tonight. The Dean's List Scholars join a group that was first recognised in 2008. So we've been running these awards for a long time now. And they represent students who are in the top 5% of their class. So well done to you. The Dean's List recipients achieved a grade of A or better in their courses. And the Dean's Scholars completed their degree with an A average over their entire degree. Just so you know, I got nowhere near achieving an A average in my degree 35 years ago, whatever it was. What you've achieved there is remarkable. So whether you're a Dean's List scholar, whether you're on the Dean's List or you're a Dean's Scholar, what you've achieved is exceptional. You can be very proud of it. You should tell employers about it loudly and strongly, and it's something you'll be able to carry through your entire life. I hope you have a good night. When we take photos and various people are standing here, there's one thing I'm going to point out before I walk away. There are 2 little X's. Make sure you stand on the little X. People tend to want to stand about this far away and reach. Come up so that we can get the photo and it'll all look great. So congratulations. Thank you for coming. I hope you have a great night.
Tonight is really about the students, but I'd just like to take 1 minute to talk about an award that's not being offered tonight, and that's an award for leadership. Most of you will be aware that universities around the planet are struggling. They're struggling financially, they're struggling with a sense of direction, and they're struggling with change. I would like to simply acknowledge the leadership that we have had at this university over the last few months that has meant that Massey, I believe, has done better through this crisis than all of its rival universities. And that comes down to the leadership offered by some key people at university, including the head of Massey Business School. So there's no award for leadership, but on a personal note, thank you, Stephen. Really appreciate the way you've led it. Okay, now, because they start with an A, and for no other reason, We're going to begin with the School of Accountancy. So could I ask the first group of recipients to come down to the side of the room, have a look on the slides up here, and I would like to ask Mabel Costa from the School of Accounting to come down to present the awards. All right, so the ACCA, the Association of Chartered Certified Accountants, is a large multinational company, multinational organisation, a thriving global community of 227,000 members and 544,000 future members based in 179 countries that upholds the highest professional and ethical values. They believe that accountancy is the cornerstone profession of society that supports both the private and public sectors, and that is why they're committed to the development of a strong global accountancy profession and the many benefits that this brings to organisations, individuals and societies. The 2019 ACCA Prize in Accounting is awarded to Amanda Cook. Thank you, Mabel. Would Andrew Hill from BDO Auckland come down and present the next award, please? Now, for many years, BDO has been the proud sponsor of the Top Student in Advanced Financial Accounting Auckland Award. BDO are delighted to continue backing students who are committed to their studies and want to make a difference. And BDO look forward to talking to you about your career aspirations within the accounting industry. BDO know that those that are prepared to work hard throughout their university careers will be a powerful asset to any organisation and that they will go on to lead exceptional careers. So congratulations to all award recipients tonight, especially to Yang Su, the winner of the BDO Advanced Financial Accounting Award. Yang Su. Thank you, Andrew. Could we now have Christine McKinnon from Chartered Accountants of Australia and New Zealand come down to present the next two awards. So the Chartered Accountants of Australia and New Zealand wish to congratulate all the students at Massey University on their achievement, and particularly those who are being honoured with an award this evening. As a recipient of an award, each student is demonstrating they are well on their way to completing their academic requirements to become a trusted leader in business and finance, a chartered accountant. The CA qualification allows you to gain a worldwide network of more than 100,000 like-minded professionals sought after and recognised around the world for their knowledge, insight, fresh thinking and unique skill set. So the 2019 Chartered Accountants Australia and New Zealand third year Accountancy Prize on the Auckland campus this year awarded to Mia Davis. Thank you. The Chartered Accountant Australia and New Zealand fourth year Accountancy Prize this year goes to Tao Huang. Tao Huang? Thank you, Christine. Would Hannah Sum from CPA Australia please come down to present the next two awards? CPA Australia is one of the world's largest accounting bodies with a global membership of more than 165,000 members working in 150 countries around the world, with more than 25,000 members working in senior leadership positions. CPA's core services to members include education, training, technical support and advocacy. This year's CPA Australia Prize in Accounting Information Systems is awarded to Cameron Duffield. And this year's CPA Australia Prize for Master of Professional Accountancy and Finance goes to Xiwang Jiang. Thank you, Hannah. I'd like to invite Benny Grayling from Deloitte to come down the front. Deloitte is proud to sponsor the Auckland Prize for the most outstanding student in professional accountancy, audit and taxation. And this year the Deloitte Auckland Professional Accountancy Prize is awarded to Liam Fannin. Thank you, Benny. Could I have Noah Hook from the School of Accounting please come down to present the next awards? The School of Accountancy would like to congratulate Norsarin bin Nordin achieving the Distinguished Prize in Advanced Auditing, and we wish her all the best for her future endeavours. Thank you, Noor. I'd like to invite Victoria Plekanova forward from the Tony Drakeford Memorial Trust. Oh yes, from the School of Accountancy. Oh. It's a good thing I'm not an accountant, I obviously can't count properly. All right, as a teacher and head of school at Wellington Polytech in the 1970s, Tony Drakefield founded a society for commercial students. Following his death, it was resolved that the funds of the society be used to encourage excellence in student performance, hence the creation of the Tony Drakefield Memorial Trust Prize. So the Tony Drakefield Memorial Trust Prize for the 110-303 Integrative Accounting course this year is awarded to Berend Liebenberg. Right, that concludes the awards for the School of Accountancy. I'd like to move on now to awards for the School of Economics and Finance. Sasha Molchanov, come down the front. Right, this year the Auckland Chamber of Commerce Prize for the top first-year economics student is awarded to James Watson. The Bill Corp Management Limited, Auckland Paper 127341, Property Management and Development, Semester 1, this year awarded to Tony Carroll. Thank you, Sasha. I think you're off the hook now. Right. Could I ask Michelle Ashby to come forward from Cengage Learning, please? Cengage Learning is the leading education publisher in textbooks and technology innovation in all levels of education. They have been publishing in this area for over 80 years in innovative ways to engage and support students and academics in their teaching and learning. The Cengage Learning Prize in Managerial Finance, paper 125700, second semester, this year is awarded to T. Hien Huan. Thank you, Michelle. Would Phil White please come forward to present the next award on behalf of the Property Institute? Like musical chairs over there. I heard all your seats very quietly going up. Thank you for that. All right, the Property Institute of New Zealand is the leading organisation representing professional service providers within New Zealand's property industry. They have over 2,500 members across 19 branches, 18 of which are based in New Zealand and one of which is based in London. Their community is comprised of consultants, valuers, property and facilities managers, and they provide ongoing education and professional development to ensure high ethical standards in their industry. This RM McGough Award is sponsored by the local Auckland branch, so thank you to them. So the RM McGough Prize in Valuation, paper 127343, Applied Property Valuation, semester one is awarded to Si Mai Liu. Thank you, Phil. Could I invite Graham Stewart, GM of Sales and Marketing at Toyota Financial Services? That's great. Toyota Financial Services is a captive financier supporting a large dealer network throughout New Zealand. They have been associated with the Massey Business School for the past 8 years and feel honoured to support the development of academic excellence through this award. Congratulations and all the best to this year's winner. So this year, the Toyota Financial Services Prize for top students in third year finance are awarded to Si Mai Liu. Right, thank you, Graham. Dr. Jeff Stangl, Director, International Strategic Partnerships, could you please come forward to present on behalf of INFINZ? The Institute of Finance Professionals in New Zealand, or INFINZ, is a member-based professional body for all those working in and supporting New Zealand's financial and capital markets ecosystem. INFIN's mission is to help create a more prosperous New Zealand by improving the capability and effectiveness of the New Zealand financial and capital markets and of its members within it. The Institute currently has 1,700 individual members, having doubled in the last 5 years. The INFIN's Scholarship Award for the top third-year student in finance and an active member of the Student Investment Club is awarded to Daria Velikova. Thanks, Jeff. Could we have Bruce Scully, Chief Operating Officer of Colliers International, and Hilary West? Bruce Gully is the Chief Operating Officer of Colliers International in Hillary West and Marcus Kitt's widow. Marcus Kitt Memorial Colliers International Bursary second year property student. This year, the Marcus Kitt Memorial Bursary for the second year property student is awarded to Tessa James. Bruce and Hillary. Okay, that concludes the awards for the School of Economics and Finance. We now move on to the School of Communication, Journalism and Marketing. Could I invite Neetha? Where are you, Neetha? Neetha Palak Sharpa is the Associate Head of the School of Communication, Journalism and Marketing. The School of Communication, Journalism and Marketing is honoured to present Samuel Yap Cheong with the CJM Prize in Introduction to Marketing Semester 2. This award acknowledges the top achieving student in Introduction to Marketing across all 3 campuses in Semester 2. Congratulations, Samuel, on your outstanding achievement. You've excelled in your academic performance and are a credit to the school, to Massey University and to the marketing industry. We wish you every success with your future studies. Could you please step forward, Samuel? The School of Communication, Journalism and Marketing is honoured this year to present Amber Anderson with the CJM Prize in Integrated Marketing Communication. Congratulations, Amber. The School of Communication, Journalism and Marketing is honoured this year to present Caleb Shepherd with the CJM Prize in Introduction to Marketing Semester 1. Can you step forward, Caleb? The Professor Brian Murphy and Perceptive Prize for Market Research Excellence. Perceptive is very proud once again to sponsor the Excellence in Market Research Award. This award recognises students who have stood out from the pack and achieved exceptional results. We're delighted to be welcoming an excellent young talent into our industry. And this year we'd like to congratulate Lily Henwood. Porter Novelli is one of the country's longest standing, largest and most awarded public relations agencies and are New Zealand's only top tier international agency with 100 offices in 60 countries. As a full service agency, they cover everything from strategic projects, government relations, media relations, issues and crisis management, reputation management, marketing communications, events and corporate social responsibility. They love to work with clients who value partnership, collaboration, honesty, getting great results and enjoying the work along the way. Porter Novelli would like to congratulate Laura Oliveira as the most outstanding student in Public Relations Practice 2019. ether. Would Professor Jonathan Elms, Director of Research, please come forward for the next award? The Warehouse Group, well known to all of us, is one of New Zealand's leading retail chain multiples and operates the Warehouse, Warehouse Stationery, Noel Leeming, Torpedo 7 and the Market brands. The Warehouse Group would like to congratulate Ashley Bridle on her exceptional results as well as her passion and commitment to the retail industry. The award comprises a tidy cash sum as well as 2 days shadowing senior executives at the Warehouse Group's store support office. So Ashley, would you like to come forward? Right, thank you. That concludes the awards for the School of Communication, Journalism and Marketing. I would like to move on now to awards for the School of Management. Now, David Benatar from the Warehouse Group. Is David here tonight? Or Jeff? Oh, Gabriel. Okay, excellent. Associate Professor Gabriel will take this award. Right, the Warehouse Business and Society Award for the student with the highest overall mark in course 152203 Business and Society, Albany Internal. This year is awarded to Rebecca Pesic. Warehouse Sustainability Issues, Challenges and Responses for the student with the highest overall mark 2019 in course 152355 Sustainability Issues, Challenges and Responses, Albany Internal, awarded this year to Olivia Nuttall. Standing in, Gabriel. Could Associate Professor Bevan Catley please step forward? Bevan is the Associate Head of School for Management. The CCH Walters Kluwer Prize for Most Outstanding Student in Paper 114396 Strategic Human Resource Management is awarded this year to Jackie Grenfell. The Graduate Diploma in Business Studies Prize this year is awarded to Madeline Bloxham. Thank you, Bevan. Professor Jane Parker from Empower. Right, this year, the Empower Prize for the Most Outstanding Student in Paper 114709, Managing Employment Relations. Well, it was a bit of a hard call this year, so we gave this award to two people. Could Sister Chaudhry and None Yilay please step forward? Thank you. That brings us to the end of the MBS School Awards for 2019. So I'd like to move on now to our guest speaker, who you have already met. It is a real pleasure this year to introduce our alumni guest speaker, Ezekiel Rowie.
Tēnā rā koutou katoa. I said it at the start, I will say it again. It is truly a privilege, pleasure and honour to be in...
Here's my name.
To be in your presence this evening as we have heard of your successes and will continue to do so throughout the duration of this evening. I thank you not once, not twice, but thrice for your success and dedication, not only to yourself but to your family and one day to the contribution and the well-being of Aotearoa New Zealand. So just to give a bit of background, I used to be the program lead for Tukotahi, a program I designed as a YES student, a young enterprise student at high school. I currently now run my own consultancy company, working here in Aotearoa, digitally, overseas in the UK, in the United States, in Canada, and now in Kenya. And for me, the idea, I was thinking about us to come and speak to you tonight about reminiscing on what it was like to be in your shoes. And then I awkwardly remembered I never made it on the Dean's list. Lol. So I gave that the big yeet and decided instead that for me it was reflecting on what it meant to be a student, and I had almost an epiphany. So I decided to do two mildly radical things tonight. One you may or may not have noticed, but you will after I mention it, is I decided to wear some radical socks so you can tell the difference between my pants and my shoes, because other than the white jacket, I am all in black. So if you haven't seen them, you'll probably notice them now. I thought I'd randomly point that out. And number two was, while I was, before I came to the ceremony this evening, I was playing Jurassic Park on my PlayStation 4. And I know, trust me, I was thinking, what do I say to a room of overachievers, especially ones who made it to a list I did not? And for me, it was the whole idea of, yes, you have begun the journey of building upon the foundations of an ecosystem that the university has developed, but now I encourage you to continue to build upon it and make it your own. You are the first cohort that will come out of it as a cohort that is directly impacted, or will go into a workforce directly impacted by the impacts of COVID-19. And for us in New Zealand, being a front runner in how we've dealt with it, I encourage you as the students currently, as the award winners and our next graduate employees, to change up what we currently have to better focus on producing a better country for the generations to come. Because no one other than you has the ability to do so. For me, I've had the privilege of being invited to some special houses over across the world, including the Palace, including Buckingham Palace and the White House in the United States, but I will never have the opportunity to have the right-hand ear of our current CEOs in a modern-day post-COVID-19 climate to be able to impact positive change, not only for the economy here in Aotearoa, New Zealand, and for the world, but also for your families and for the communities that we live to serve. So if nothing else, I encourage you as our graduate employee, as our soon-to-be graduate employees, to be ambitious and optimistic when you join the workforce. To go in with everything you have learned, but apply it with everything you know is right. I encourage you to make plenty of mistakes. Everyone does that and we learn from them. What people don't tend to do is learn from them quickly. So yes, you will have your cry, you may give up and think, I'm going to throw it in, this is not me. But I encourage you to, one, get over yourself, if I can put it frankly. Get over yourself, cry it out, have something to eat, get back in there and make the positive change that is needed. And more than anything, believe in yourself, in your aspirations and in your dreams. Because if nothing else, tonight has been that for those of us who have had the privilege of basking in your glory, of sharing in your success. I don't know if you know by now, but we are all here to celebrate you and everything that you have done and whatever you do. Because for us as Kiwis, we are terrible at acknowledging our successes. So if you're struggling to do that tonight, let us do it, and let us echo it between the four walls in this lecture theatre as well as the four walls of Aotearoa. You will continue to shape and mould the New Zealand that we need for the future. So whatever you do, believe. Kia ora.
Well, kia ora, Ezekiel. I think it's only fair now that we ask Ezekiel, show us your socks.
It might be a sight.
I'm really jealous. I wish I could rock socks like that, but no, never mind. Now, I just had one of those moments that every student has from time to time when you go into an exam and you sit there and look at the questions and you say to yourself, uh-oh, I should have read that page. Oops, I forgot. I've had that moment with our guest speaker. Oops, I should have read the following introduction. It was on a page I didn't see. So, without further ado, I think it's really important to introduce our guest speaker. So we know a little more about him than he's got a great taste in socks. It's really a tremendous honour to have people like Ezekiel at Massey University, and it's fabulous to watch how really gifted students can go on and achieve. He said absolutely nothing about himself. He spoke only about you. So let me speak for a little while about Ezekiel. Ezekiel attended the White House Tribal Leaders Gathering in Washington, D.C. in 2015 in order to receive a medal from Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth at Buckingham Palace 3 years later in 2018. And he's been named on the Forbes 30 Under 30 Social Entrepreneurs Asia Pacific list in 2019. Ezekiel Rowe is no stranger to dreaming big and thinking outside the box. Ezekiel grew up in the far north community of Whatafifi in Doubtless Bay after his whānau moved north from Takaroa. He was named the head boy of Taipa Area School in 2015 and was the first in his whānau to attend university in 2016, where he studied a Bachelor of Business. After completing his degree in 2018, Ezekiel began working for Te Ora as the program lead for Tokahi, a peer-to-peer support program he co-designed while he was still at school. So thank you very much, Ezekiel, for your work, and thank you very much for coming tonight. All right. So now we move on. Presentation of the Dean's List Awards. As a reminder to you all, to qualify for a Dean's List Award, a student has to have achieved outstanding results, and they will be in the top 5% of their class. Now, when we say class, it's important to remember that for many courses, class means 300-400 people. So the top 5% means that they are really doing extremely well. It normally means a grade average of A- or better for the equivalent of the full year's course load. I think most academics sitting around with, in the room tonight would go, ooh, an A- average, I wish I'd had that. So, both internal and distance students have qualified for the Dean's List. Distance students include those studying throughout New Zealand and around the world. We have 178 Dean's List students nationally, and we are only making an award to those present this evening. So I'd now like to invite Professor Stephen Kelly, Pro-Vice-Chancellor and Dean for the Massey Business School, to present the Dean's Lists Awards. We will award the certificates to 7 recipients at a time. After each group has been awarded and photographed, could they please return to their seats, and the next group will come down. Oh, yeah, okay. Apparently we've got a bit of an issue with the PowerPoint. Or is that looking right?
First group down, please.
Okay, well, could we have the first group down? So the first group, this group of students on that slide there.
Because these people can't see.
On both screens?
Yeah.
Ah, that's a different
No,
problem.
okay, don't worry.
No, that's okay.
Can you just put it so that people online can't see?
Oh, I see. Okay. Right. Okay, everybody. For those of you who are watching online or watching the recording, our official apologies. Our technology is having a bit of a hiccup. And for those of you who are watching online, apparently you cannot see these names. So this is just a special benefit to all of the people who turned up here tonight.
They can't see the screen. They can't see the recipient.
Oh, they can't see the recipient? Oh, it's not the screen, it's just the wall. All right, okay. So for those of you online, apologies. Apologies. Sometimes the technology lets us down. All right, so the first group that we'd like to name to come forward for certificates would be Amber Anderson, Daria Balakova. Oh, sorry, Daria, if you can just hang on a second. Amber Anderson. Daria Balakova. And Max Clark. Mia Davis. Caleb Shepherd. And Shimai Liu. Right, congratulations all. Oh, yes. Oh, Baron. I'm an academic and I can't read. My apologies. Baron Liebenberg. I think we should give Baron an extra prize for his patience. Sorry, mate. Okay, would you all like to return to your seats? And could I invite the next group of students to come forward to collect their awards? Right, Casey Eller. Jeremy Austin. Simon Barnes. And William Brosnan. Bridget Carlson. Marie Chapman. Mackenzie Cooper. Well done, everyone. If you'd like to take your seats again, and could we invite the next group of students to come forward, please? Right, could we have Adam Crouch? Roman Das. Jumanji Fan. Things are speeding up. Okay, let's continue. Taylor Flatt. Melissa Foppen. Lachlan Forrest. Bridget Hobbs. Well done, all of you. If you could take your seats again, and we'll have the next group come forward, please. Right, could we have Thomas Hooper, please? Mariah Micah Jackson. Russell Knight. Petra Lapish. Adam Lee. Shani Mabbott. And Caitlin McFarlane. Well done, all of you. If we can have you take your seats, and we'll have the next group come up, please. Right, Kayla Neems. Benedetta Notaprojo. Rachel Palmer. Megan Palmer. Sean Prescott. Matthew Reese. Clearly a rose amongst the thorns. And Madison Reed. Well done, all of you. Please take your seats. Could we have the next group down, please? Savannah Schroeder. Riley Sharp. Justin Smith. Melina Soli. Sophie Stone. Jennifer Thompson. Bridie Thornton. Thank you all very much and well done. And could we have the last group down, please? We have Sasson Santiwo, please. Adriana Vickers. Yishuan Wan. Min Wan. Savannah Wild. Being Jiang. Congratulations to all of you, and we've got two more. Oh, I'm sorry, I've done it again, haven't I? Oh, really, I should probably worn my glasses tonight. I'm sorry, Alexandra White. Congratulations to you all. If you'd like to take your seats, we have two lucky last. We have the last two recipients come down. Right, could we have Emily Bartlett, please? And last but not least, Amy Curran. Right, that brings us to the end of the Dean's list, but I think it's worthy of us to give a big round of applause to all of those candidates. Excellent. So let's move on to the Massey Business School Promising Student Assistant Bursaries, with Professor Stephen Kelly presenting. So these are bursaries, which are very nice things to have. Could we have the following recipients come forward, please? Right, the Promising Student Assistant Bursaries were inaugurated only a few years ago, 2016. They're funded from the Business School's Development Fund, which is contributed to by individual staff as well as by the college and the university. MBS staff voted that their donations be used to fund bursaries for deserving students facing hardship and other barriers to completing their studies. These are hard-working students with a strong track record, good character, affirmed by a referee, and the grit and motivation required to complete in the face of challenges. At the end of 2019, the committee awarded 24 bursaries to our students, and we'd like to award those tonight. So tonight, let's start with bursaries awarded to Amy Curran. Charlene Andrews. Samathi Anil Kumar. Losanova Kofisi, Rebecca Silman, are you? Oh, there you go, right, you're standing there already. Maeve Magmumi. Roxana Walker. Congratulations, all of you. And could I ask for our Dean Scholars to come forward, please? Okay, so our Dean Scholars are students who completed their degrees with an average grade of A or better. This award comes with a $5,000 scholarship towards fees for continued study in the Massey Business School, and it is really a remarkable achievement to reach this level. So it is my real pleasure to announce the following students here this evening as Dean Scholars for 2019. Georgia Cox. And Daniel Lowe. Thank you, Stephen, and congratulations, Dean Scholars. Would Catherine Aloso, Emily Bartlett, and Ben Marmot please come forward? And could I also invite Kevin Putak, Marketing Communication Manager at Fuji Xerox, to present the Fuji Xerox Global Student Exchange Scholarship. All right, the Fuji Xerox Global Student Exchange Scholarship is to financially assist students enrolled in a Massey Business School degree program to complete part of their studies at an overseas academic institution through the Massey University Student Exchange Program. 6 awards of $5,000 each were made in 2019. Some students were able to successfully complete the exchange before travel restrictions, and others have deferred their travel, unfortunately, until next year. So the Fuji Xerox Global Student Exchange Scholarship recipients here tonight are Catherine Aloso. Emily Bartlett. And Ben Marmot. Thanks, Kevin. Stephen, could I ask you back again? And could I ask also for Jill Clark, trustee for the NZIMF and former NZIMF scholarship recipients, to come forward, please? So, we'd like to present the New Zealand Institute of Management Foundation Scholarship. The New Zealand Institute of Management Foundation was established in 1998 to promote and support education relating to management and leadership. Through the Massey University Foundation, the NZIMF postgraduate scholarships were established to provide financial assistance to individuals with previous management experience who are undertaking study related to management and leadership. It specifically seeks to support students whose employers are unable to support their professional development and those who seek to move into more senior level management roles. 15,000 NZIMF scholarships are awarded each year. We have a recipient here this evening and a second scholarship will be awarded, it was awarded in Palmerston North this week. So the New Zealand Institute of Management Foundation Scholarship is awarded to Sasiavei Taua Taina. Thank you, Jill. Would Jeff Stangl please come forward for the Business Partnership Awards? The Business Partnership Awards, the BPA, were launched in 2016 as an opportunity to recognise and thank businesses for their support. Previous year's winners include HP, the Warehouse Group, ANZ, Toyota, CAANZ, and the Dominion Post, amongst others. The award recognises businesses for supporting the Massey Business School's mission with respect to student development, student opportunities, sponsorship and research. The MBS positions itself as the university connecting academia with business, and we could not achieve our mission without the support of the Massey Business School's business partners. So I'd like to ask Jeff to announce the winner of the Kevin Patak forward, I'd like to announce the winner, and Kevin Patak, could you come forward to accept the award?
It's meant to be a surprise, stay down there. Can we have a drum roll, please? This year's award surprisingly goes to and Kevin Patak, Fuji Xerox. In actual fact, before I go on to present the award, I just want to thank all of our business partners. We do have any number of amazing business partners right across the country, in fact. And while tonight is truly about the students, we could not, and I emphasize we, Massey University, Massey Business School, could not do it. We could not succeed in our mission in helping these students on their way to amazing careers without the help of all of our business partners. I think that deserves one more round of applause. This year for the Albany campus goes to Fuji Xerox. You've already seen Catherine and Emily and Ben who have kind of truncated amazing trips on their international exchanges. $5,000 to help them on their way, all of our students, to go overseas. At this point in time, Fuji has awarded in excess of 20 $5,000 scholarships because of our alignment of mission in helping these students develop and in developing the future leaders. Kevin, it's a great pleasure to see you.
Right, thank you everyone. I'd now ask Ezekiel to close tonight's function with a karakia. Ezekiel.
Ka pai, and just before I do that, just so you know, we are closing the formal proceedings for this evening, but we do have one more ask of you guys after our karakia, so please, I'll go back to Andrew after this and he'll let you guys know. Mihiri o tātou whakaro ki te atumi no i tātou ki runga i tingo te masu te tamaiti me te wairo tapu ki a tātou katoa te ata whai o tō tātou airiki au karaiti me te aroha te atua, me te whiwhinga ataitanga i te wairo tapu ake amine.
You're Ezekiel. That concludes this evening's ceremony. Thank you all very much for joining us. It's been a real pleasure to have you all here. And again, I'd like to congratulate all of our awards recipients for their outstanding efforts as students. I can't tell you as a staff member how fantastic it is to have students of your calibre in our classes. It really makes our job a pleasure. So thank you all for your efforts on a personal level. One last request. We'd like to have a group photo of staff, sponsors and recipients. So could I ask that all the prize recipients remain in their seats, but please stand. Sponsors and staff, could you move into the rows in the aisle, please, for a group photograph. So if we could have sponsors and staff move into the aisles, and all the recipients, could you please stand up? Guests, you're now welcome to leave. If you'd like to have a photo with your prize recipient, we'll do that after the group photos. So thank you all very much for your time tonight.